Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So at the time that I'm recording this video, we are like 5 days away from the LEC season starting. So we got to start getting ready. We got to start ramping up. We got to start getting in that zone. In this video today, I want to be talking about a cool video that Fnatic had put out recently that I actually think talks about a lot of different interesting things that give us some insight and some information into maybe how this upcoming split for them is going to go. And this is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video because it's like a 7-minute video on its own. So I just want to get right into it. Fnatic tweeted this out on June 10th. This is from the Fnatic Twitter account. 1.6 million followers, but this video only got 500 likes. It only got 31,000 views. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to react to this and give some of my thoughts and opinions, because it's a video that you probably haven't watched, a video you probably haven't seen, but it has some big info. So let's get right into it. This is, I believe, La Formula on the screen. I can't remember this guy's name, but yeah, just kind of funny thing there. But yeah, let's get into it.
So after we lost against G2, I was quite devastated, to be honest. The expectation was really high coming into this year, into this new split. It didn't feel that we could reach the level that we wanted, of course. And
that has to suck. I mean, it has to be really devastating. It has to be really mentally taxing to come into a split as a super team. Everybody's saying you're going to be awesome. Everybody's going to say, you're supposed to be great and all this stuff. And they had an okay year, good regular season, a fine playoff run, but obviously not what this team was built for. Obviously not the results that are good enough for most of the players on this team. A lot of them are coming off very, very successful careers or 2022 years or whatever. But also, there can be some good to it, Hey, maybe you came into the year, you thought it was going to be easy, everyone was telling you how great you were going to be, and then you get punched in the mouth. Now maybe it adds a little intensity, a little, fire under your ass coming into summer. We'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, definitely a stressful, tragic ending. I think Team Liquid's in a very, very similar situation in the LCS. But hey, Fnatic, they're still in an okay spot. They're still, if what they did in spring they do again in summer, they're going to be going to Worlds. It's going to be all okay. But obviously they want to be winning titles, and it's got to sting even more when your arch nemesis, arch rival, whatever, G2 ends up taking down the title, going to MSI, having all the glory that you were supposed to have.
And that made us obviously not achieve the results that we wanted, and that hurt it a lot. In the off season, actually, I couldn't really take vacations, and that is the reality, because as I said, when you have such a strong pain in your chest, you cannot just disconnect fully and say, okay, it's fine, I'm going to have fun. I was all the time thinking, how can we revert this situation? How can we make it better? Obviously, what I got is a few days just to think. Speak with a lot of people. I just grabbed a lot of information, spoke with all of the players, spoke a lot with Yamato, of course, and did that analysis that ended up on us focusing on some changes that we felt that were going to be necessary and that could elevate our level in general for Summer Split. So the main changes we wanted to focus is feeling more as a team, and for that we needed to be spending more time together, opening even the concept of what the team is.
So I think this very first point is very interesting. They say they want to spend more time together, open up the concept of what the team is. And that's interesting because not even the rumor, I guess what we heard from Razork was he was having some issues with Fnatic and Fnatic not feeling like a team. He went through some sadness. I don't know if depression is too extreme of a word or whatever, but he had all those cryptic, sad tweets, and it really seemed like he was struggling during his time of Fnatic. Not only did he and the team have up and down play, and he was getting a fair amount of criticism and everything like that, but he said it didn't feel like a team. Fnatic didn't feel like home or whatever. It didn't feel like they were really together. They were always separate. They weren't coming together a bunch. So them agreeing as a team that maybe the best way to go about things is to start coming together more, doing more things together, being around each other more, not just, being like a job where you go 9 to 5, you clock in, you go home, you get your work done, you scrim, VOD review, then everybody goes their separate ways. Them doing some more things, some more bonding, team activities, doing some things together, building up that synergy. In some ways, I think it's going to be good. I think a player like Razork could really thrive in that situation. I think some other people may not love that situation as much. If you're upset and you have like a wife and you have this whole other, life, and maybe you guys have like a potential family. I don't know if they have like animals, anything like that. Like maybe you don't want to scrim, practice, body review all day and then go do more and more stuff with your team. Your life starts to get pretty hectic and crazy at that point, and some of your other stuff might suffer. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I at least think that this is different because again, Razork let us know that, hey, yeah, Fnatic, they were kind of cold, distant. Maybe there were some issues with something like that last split. And now at least they're trying something different. They're going to try a more cohesive thing. You can see in the video, they're playing like ping pong or whatever together. I don't know if there's going to be, hanging out together more, if they're going to be living together more, staying together more. I don't know, but I think it's a cool idea. I think it could really, really work out well for this team. And at the very least, it could just make Razork feel more comfortable and could make him potentially play better. And there was definitely times, if not most of the time, in the spring split where Razork was the worst performing member of Fnatic. So if they can get his level of play up by making him feel happier, better, more comfortable, that could be a big boost for this Fnatic team.
Which is not the players and the coach alone, but everyone who is bringing something positive to the team and that is working in different areas, but that at the end of the day have an impact in our players.
It feels better to be in the trenches together and to be able to rely on others. I feel a lot better coming into summer knowing that everyone has designated roles. I feel like I can rely on people to do things so it doesn't go on my head, and that feels a lot better because in the end I want to focus on what I'm good at, and I love working on the game specifically and working together with the players. The more I can focus on that, the better I feel, so I'm very excited for summer.
So I think that's a cool thing. Here's another cool thing.
Okay, so my name is Sens. I'm a psychologist. I've been working for the last 5 years professionally in esports. I'm here now in Fnatic.
In the case of Sense, we felt we needed someone with that is a psychologist and also that has expertise and experience in the sport. These kind of factors, we felt they were going to be a game changer because first of all, he's going to be able to work with our players to strengthen their mentality, but also in terms of in-game, how our players communicate with each other, how frustration sometimes comes from different point of views in the game and things like that. The fact that he knows the game, he understands the game, and that he also has that profile about the mentality of the players.
So I think this is huge. They have an esports psychologist in with the team, and this could be a very, very good thing. Again, think about all those issues that I was just talking about with Razork last year, maybe having some sadness, some weird feelings, some stress, some depression, whatever. Having a professional psychologist there to work with him is amazing. But then also, just like he said, in a team game, a team sport like this, where everyone is having to talk with each other every day in high stress, highly competitive environments, tempers flare, you have different ideas, you have different discussions, you get mad, angry, upset, whatever. Having somebody there that understands the game, has been in esports for a couple of years, and can help problem solve, can help settle disputes, and can potentially help Fnatic deal with the thing that has plagued them the most over the past couple of years. Drama, communication issues, all of these things that have constantly popped up over the last few years at Worlds. Last year, we saw it with Adam, Upset, all this stuff going on. Before, we've seen it with Selfmade. Before, we've seen it with Nemesis. It's the constant issue that Fnatic always has. Having a professional there to help out in these situations and scenarios, help finding the right ways to communicate ideas, the right ways to problem solve or solve conflicts, conflict resolution between players, members, all this stuff, while also helping to build team camaraderie, helping to build up their mental, helping to build up their in-game communication, out-of-game communication. I think this is going to be really great for everyone, but especially Upset seems like, a player who might really, really benefit from this stuff. And in the video, Upset says, hey, Sen seems like a cool guy. Seems like he, means well and is really coming to help us and all this stuff. And again, I do think in the biggest way, this will help the whole team and especially Razork as well, maybe deal with some of the issues, frustrations, negativity, stress, whatever that he was dealing with. So I thought that this was super, super cool. Combining this with the idea that Fnatic is also going to be spending more time together as a team, trying to do more team activities, really trying to get in the trenches together, like Yamato said, I think is really, really cool to hear. Because again, this Fnatic team has all the talent. This Fnatic team has a very, very good to great player at every single position. I still think that on paper, they are the most talented team in the LEC, and I think we did not see that come to fruition in the spring split. Obviously, they did not win the title. They did not go to MSI. I think, some of the issues they need to clean up on the Rift, but there definitely could have been some outside factors, whether it was communication, stress, whatever, at play. And if Sens is good, I don't know, from watching this little video, it seems like he has a funny personality, seems like he's high energy, seems like he's ready to get to work, seems like all the players and Yamato and everybody has good things to say about him. I think that this could be really, really cool for all teams, any player, but Fnatic especially, who their players and their team as a whole has been dealing with these issues for the past couple of years. So I'm really, really excited about this. Again, I want to see Fnatic do well. I'm not a huge Fnatic fan, nothing like that. I like to see good League of Legends, but I do think that Fnatic, on paper, might be the most talented team in the West, and I want to send our best teams to international events, and I want our best teams to go to international events and do well. And if hanging out as a team more together, having Sens in there to get the guys in the trenches together, whatever, build up their mental fortitude, then I'm all for it. And I think if you're a Fnatic fan, you should have already been excited because I think this team's going to be pretty good. But after watching this video, again, didn't get a whole lot of love, didn't get a whole lot of views, nothing like that. I'm really, really excited. I think you guys should be too. But we'll have to see how it goes. Pretty much over this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. There's obviously like 5 more minutes in that video if you guys want to go check it out on the Fnatic Twitter, posted June 10th at 8 a.m. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about, the ideas we talked about in this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, save today, and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.